Welcome to Midweek. My name is Michelle Winkle, and my soul's purpose is to move the planet forward, healing myself and others emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. In every story, there is a beginning, a middle, and an end. Right here and right now is a beginning to your new story. The beginning is important. In the beginning of a story, characters are introduced and the setting is described in tantalizing detail. The beginning is where the storyteller gets us hooked and we anticipate the journey of those characters that are inside the story. In the beginning, there is where creation takes place, and this is your time to create a new you, however you wish to create it. Beginning and being at the beginning is exactly the best place for you to be. Where would some of our favorite stories be without a beginning? A girl's fairy godmother gives her a nice dress and some glass shoes, and she goes to a nice dance. She loses her shoe on the way home, and she ends up marrying a prince. Without the beginning, there is no empathy for Cinderella. The real emotion in this story comes from knowing where she has been and what she has had to overcome. The fact that her parents died and she is left to a life of servitude in her own home, this pivotal perspective is so important to understand her happily ever after. And it's because of those hardships that it becomes just magnificent. And the hardships come at the beginning of the stories, not at the resolution. In fact, in Disney's version, there's no character who's even said anything before you empathize with Cinderella. And how about this one? A young man hangs around a girl, a handsome, funny guy, and a large ape-like character, and then flies around in a mini spaceship wearing an orange jumpsuit and shoots a big hole into the giant metal planet at the end. The entire context of the Star Wars epic is lost without the beginning of the story. The young and innocent Luke Skywalker loses his home and all of his family in the name of that giant planet. His hero's journey is all the more heroic because of his beginnings. And with the second trilogy, Darth Vader, who was easily hated and we didn't like him, becomes more complex when we understand his beginning. In spite of each of these characters' difficulties, they triumphed. They didn't lose hope. They kept the good fight until they reached their destination and their goals. Their beginnings were hard, undesirable, and tragic, but that only made the story worthwhile. Never be ashamed to be at the beginning of the story, especially this one, 2021. Accept the place where you are, and the future may look bleak from this viewpoint, but a good story often does. We are at the beginning of the story, though, and not the end. At the beginning, the possibilities are endless, and it is an exciting time. So take in all that excitement. You may even want to write down your story so that you can begin to create it from now on. So this is the beginning of my book, A Mentality Workout, Inner Exercises for Permanent Weight Loss. My book is a how-to, but it's funny and entertaining, and its goal is to change the way you've been thinking about losing weight. I challenge a lot of norms. And all month long, I'm focusing on the physical body or things of form. And for the next few months, I will focus on the other bodies as well. I think it's important to become familiar with each of the different energies within us. I am always learning and relearning things about them. And I'm going to spend time talking about how these bodies within us relate to things like finances, family, and more. I'm going to review a movie each month that focuses on that spiritual, mental, emotional parts of those movies. And this month's movie is Brittany Runs a Marathon, so watch that, and we're going to review it in a couple weeks. Be sure to click the subscribe button so you won't miss out. But many people make getting healthier a New Year goal, and I know I did this year. In 2008, I lost 4 dress sizes, and I learned so much about myself on that journey. I wrote a book and I created an online class to help others on their journey. And it's 2020, but wait, it's 2021. And my pants have gotten a little tighter because of 2021. So I'm going to start taking some of my own advice. So this is kind of a new journey that we can take together. So because of that, I have updated my online class. And I will make sure to put a link below for that. but I'm really excited about it. This class is an 8-week course, and I believe removing unwanted pounds should be considered a healing journey more than a physical body punishment. Losing weight is hard, and it's time that we begin asking the question, why? Why is it hard? Weight, is a byproduct of what's happening. It's not the cause, and we must wonder about the cause. We must move into that space and shine light on it, and light makes everything that's scary disappear. So that should be motivation, right? Weight loss that is permanent comes from one or two of these experiences. Number one, a moment of complete change of perceptions and beliefs that change you on a cellular level. I had one of these moments, and I talk about it in my book. In a single instance, I was changed. My beliefs about my ability to be thin shifted. It felt like in a blink of an eye, I was changed. The second thing that can result in permanent weight loss is to practice change again and again and again until it changes you on a cellular level. Both know it's a cellular thing, but I wish my big shift was that I no longer craved sweets or that I no longer desired to eat cheeseburgers, but that wasn't the case. I had to learn and practice what my choices were costing me and how I could improve those choices. I practiced eating smaller portions, and 12 years later, I still eat smaller portions. That has become part of my norm. And I've learned that by practice, and now that's me on a cellular level, smaller portions. And there are always things to practice. And that's okay, because even professional athletes practice regularly. So if you are beginning a weight release journey or a weight loss journey, check out the class. We only work with the physical body when we speak about removing pounds, but don't fall for it this time. Learn how all the body's energies affect the weight we carry. So of course, the music for this week is Let's Get Physical by Olivia Newton-John, and she's battling cancer right now, so love back to her. But Let's Get Physical, there's a new version that she performed on the TV show Glee, so I'll put that in the comments below. We'll see you next time.